in order to become a great actor, become a successful actor, become a fulfilled actor, and have a fulfilling life, which is most important, there are 3 phases that everybody, including you and me, that's everybody, goes through in life. And those 3 phases will dictate whether or not you are fulfilled in an acting career and in your life. I'm about to share these with you, so stay tuned. You're going to love this. It's going to really help you. Approach. What does that mean? Well, I'll give you an example. The YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. Thompson Approach Academy for Actors. Thompson, my last name. Academy, it's a school. Actors, that's who I teach. However, the key word in there is approach. Approach. Acting is all about self-discovery, and that's what I teach. That's what I show people and guide people in. Because the more you know about yourself, the more roles you can get to play. The more accurate and more fulfilling your acting career becomes, because it comes from the inside. You breathe life into the character, okay? But there are 3 phases in life, 3 approaches rather, that we all are on the same road. All on the same road, okay? With this. So, I want you to grab a pencil, pen, notebook, something to write with, or listen very closely. You ready? Here it comes. The first approach, the first phase in your life is when you were born. Now, this may come as a shock to you, I don't know, but here it is. When you were born, you were naked. No, I'm not talking about physically naked. Of course you were. I mean, that would freak your parents out, right? If you came out with a dress or a suit on, it's like, whoa, he came prepared. No. When you're first born, you are not prepared. You are not equipped mentally. You're not equipped physically. You're not equipped financially. You're not equipped spiritually or emotionally. You're a baby. But you know what? You're enough. When you're born, you are enough. Just because you're born, that was enough. In fact, you're born with everything, speaking of healthy, but you're born with everything that you need for an entire lifetime. And within your soul, because you're made in the image of God, within your soul, there are gifts and abilities and talents and potential that you could spend your whole life searching for, and you'll tap in a few of them, like acting for one example, but throughout eternity, you'll probably be experiencing and discovering more of who you are inside. Now, picture yourself right now. You're a baby, okay? Okay? Maybe you don't sound as weird as that, but you're a baby and you're crying or not, and you're naked. You don't have any idea what's going on, and you are the talk of the town. Everybody is celebrating you because you're born. I want you to grab onto that. In the book of Psalms, it says, we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Fearfully doesn't mean, oh! No. Fearfully means in awe. Your parents and the doctors and eventually your siblings and your family members and friends, they are in awe of you. Why? Because you're born. You're born. You don't have any degrees. You don't have any education. You don't have any clothes right away. You don't have any education. And your emotions are just brand new. You cry for everything. Or you go, okay? I'm not trying to scare you. But the point is, I'm getting at your phase, your approach. The first approach to life is you're born and you're enough. In fact, if it's not enough that you're enough, you have praise constantly from your parents. You have praise constantly from your aunts and uncles and things. And they start to see potential in you. A teacher sees potential in you as you get older in school. And they say, you know what? You can do this. I know you can do this. I see potential in you. I remember once when I was in junior high school, and I was in track. And the coach told me, you have a lot of potential for running. And at that time, I didn't have any idea how he saw that in me, but I believed him. So I took track in high school, and I did very well. Now I know that he was trained to see that. Coaches have an eye for things, like I have an eye for actors. I can see potential. But my point is, when you were born, there's nothing you can't do if you set your mind to it, right? I'm sure you've heard this before, right? That's phase one of your life. So, phase one of your life, if you want to give it a title, it's who you are. Who you are. That's all you need to know. Who you are. You are more than enough. Phase two is what you become. Now, a what is not a who. A what is a thing. A what is a label, for example. What you become. What you become eventually, unfortunately, sometimes in life, because you are molded and conformed subconsciously, sometimes what you become is not who you are. What you become is not who you are. I'll give you a perfect example, okay? All right, I'm an actor. I've been an actor for over 30 years. However, when I graduated from high school, I went into banking because everybody in my family were bankers, okay? So I thought, okay, I like money. I'm just going to become a teller. I was an excellent teller. I was very, very good at what I did. I got awards. I received awards and everything. I was good. Was I fulfilled and happy? No. No, not at the time, because all I wanted to do when I got home is draw. That's it. I drew for hours, okay? And I drew cartoons and illustrations and still lifes and portraits. And I had that hunger. I had that hunger. Now, what happened between who I was as a baby, right, to what I became? Well, I became what I thought everybody else wanted me to become, okay? Well, I guess that's the way it is. I'll become a teller, a banker, because, well, my whole family, was into banking, into business. That's not who I was. It's who I became. Rather, it's what I became. Have you ever had that problem, that challenge, where as you got older, after they gave you all the praise of who you are, you go. Anything you set your mind to, you can become. And then you have this filter that sets in, and people start to say, well, you're an adult now, you're 15, 16, you got to think about what you want to do. Well, I want to become an astronaut. I don't think so, But you said I could do anything I put my mind to when I was a kid. I want to become a ballerina. Not me, I mean a ballet dancer or an actor, whoever you are. And then you have this reality check that well-meaning people come in and they say from your family and teachers and friends, well, you can't set your dreams too high. You gotta earn money, and it's like, what happened? You're 14, 15, and then you're starting to hear a completely different story in comparison to your first phase, your first approach in life as who you are, right? What happened? So, they know more than me, so I guess I have to conform a little bit. And then a little bit becomes more. Now, this is not true of everybody, okay? This is not true of everybody. I can tell you of one example, just one example. Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney was, from day one, practically, he was in the entertainment industry. If you don't know who I'm talking about, ask your parents or somebody that's a little bit older than you if I'm speaking to Millennium Z. But there's one example. He was walking through Walt Disney Studios. Maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but he was walking through Walt Disney Studios, just a little 8-year-old or so. And Mr. Walt Disney, looked down and he stopped him. And he asked what his name was. And of course, Mickey Rooney said, "My name is Mickey." And he said, would it be all right if I named my mouse after you? Whoa, that's amazing. And all throughout his life, Mickey Rooney never really mentioned it until it just got out, you know. But he didn't braggadocio. He didn't, hey, you know what? Mickey Mouse, that was me, you know. Mr. Disney told, you know. No, he didn't do that, which is very gentlemanly of him. But my point is, with that fun fact, throughout his whole life, until he died, he was in the entertainment industry. I don't really know what kind of parents he had, okay, but I do know one thing. Who he was, how he was born, was enough throughout his whole life. Did he have what you should become? I don't know, okay? Maybe he did have well-meaning people saying, you know what, you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, whatever that means. You should like be careful, you know, because you could fail. You can't fail. Remember that. Just a little break in my story here. You can't fail because there are no failures, only results. There are no failures, only results. And actors who think this way and believe this way go forward a lot quicker because they don't consider their auditions a failure. They consider it a lesson. What did you learn at the last audition? Well, I learned this. Well, then you can do better the next one. Then you keep climbing the ladder, okay? So, we're still in the midst of phase 2, approach 2 of life, okay? So, we have who you are as a baby, right? How you were born, like we went through that. What you become. What you become. What you become. What are you becoming now? Is it who you are, who you were as a child, or is it what other people want you to become? Think about that. What direction are you going in your life, in your acting career? Are you becoming what other people want you to become? Or are you becoming what you want, who you want to become? Who you want to become? I don't know. You know. I want you to take account of that today. Are you trying to please other people? People pleasing is sort of like a cold. It's very contagious, okay? You can't please everybody. In fact, you can't please anybody because everybody changes constantly on a dime. They change all the time. Their belief systems change all the time. Yours changes all the time. So trying to please other people and sacrifice who you are to what you want to become, is really ridiculous. It's a sacrifice that doesn't need to be made. So I want you to think about, I want you to go back now. Go back in time once again and think about who you were as a baby. What did you want to become as you were a toddler and a young boy, young girl? What did you want to become? What aspirations did you have? You're a miracle. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you're a miracle. What did you want to become? Who did you want to become? Who did you want to become? And you studied, I'm sure. You studied it, okay? When you were younger, that was the purest form of yourself. You had clarity of mind. You could see exactly what you wanted to become, and you could learn quickly about the subject matter. Actor, actress, director, scriptwriter, ballerina, ballet dancer, singer. I don't know. But I want you to go back and think about it. And really sit your butt down, literally, sit your butt down with your little self again, and give yourself the opportunity and the privilege of interviewing you as a little boy or a little girl. You have to dig deep, okay? It might be easy for you, might not be easy for you. It depends on the feedback that you've gotten since then. I'm going to ask this one more time. Are you becoming what you want to become based upon who you are? Or based upon what other people say you are. This is called conformity. And the best way, the only way of fighting conformity is Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2. Be not conformed or programmed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You need a renewing of your mind, and the only one that can actually give that to you is God. And God can show you who to talk to and who to network with and who to chum up with, okay, and who not to chum up with in order for you to be a nonconformist and to realize once again your dreams. So, phase 3 of your life. Approach 3, if you will. Here it is. Phase 1, of course, was who you are. Phase 2, what you become. Phase 3 gets a little dicey, and I'll tell you why. It is the success that you become. The success that you have. Now, let me ask you something. What is success? Success is very subjective, and I'm going to give you a story about that. When I was in New York City, Manhattan, there was, I don't know if you know this or not, but there was a lot of vendors. Till this day, there's a lot of vendors, okay, selling lunches and breakfast and things like that to busy people going to the office, going here and there, right? So there was this one vendor, this hot dog vendor, that I was really interested in. And I'll tell you why. Because, well, that was his job. And he had his own cart, all right? They own their own carts. So he had his own cart. He worked about 6 days a week. And something different about him that separated him from the rest of the places I visited. He remembered people's names. He remembered people's names every day. And if you know anything about Manhattan, it's busy and there's a lot of people, a lot of suits walking around, a lot of different people of so many cultures, okay? But he remembered the people that came to him on a regular basis. And I found that amazing. And he was always smiling. And he took that Frankfurter and he asked what they wanted on it, or do you want the usual? What a memory. And he served it to them. I could tell he was fulfilled. I could tell he was a success. Did he have a huge mansion? Probably not. Did he have a lot of money? I don't know, okay? But one thing he did have, he had success. He had fulfillment inside of him for his day, for what he did for a living. He enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. He had success. Success is subjective. It's subjective. One person's success is another man's failure. You have a lot of success, I'm sure, too. Is it everybody's story? No, of course not. Might not even be my story. But you have a right to your story. Now, remember what I said about conformity? What you become? What you become kind of molds you into success. And these unspoken words, so through social media, through people that don't actually say a lot, but they impress upon you the idea, well, you know what, you're becoming this now, so you need this certain type of car, and you need this certain type of house, and you got to ask for a raise, and you have to earn this amount of money in order to be successful, because everybody's going to be looking at you. Everybody's going to be looking at you on set. You know, and if you go back to an apartment or a small house, you know, it's not going to look good. You have to have one of those big mansions that movie stars have, you know. So, again, we're conformed and we're molded. We're molded possibly away from who we were to what we become to the regimented success that people subconsciously dictate to us that we have to have, okay? Not asking why we have to have it. No, it's just a given. Because you're going to be out in the audience. You're going to have audiences, You're going to have people staring at you and people going to see your movies. So you have to have a certain persona, a certain way of walking, a certain dress, a certain sunglasses, a certain way that you deliver your personality, for certain charisma. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'll give you a perfect example. Johnny Depp. I spoke about you in one of the other videos that I made recently. Johnny Depp. When he first started out, he dropped out of high school. He lived under a bridge. He sold pens. They were specialty items, you know, with names on the pens, like this. Okay, I have a pen, and it said the company name and things. So he was living homeless under a bridge because the principal of his school told him that he's not fit for high school. He should drop out. I know he was a little bit of a troublemaker, but the principal told him that, you know. So, and all throughout his acting career, just bring it up to speed here, all of his acting, okay, was eclectic and very strange and very bizarre. You know, Edward Scissorhands and so many other weird and bizarre roles that he took on. And if you look at some of his pictures, okay, because of his Cherokee descent, he styled his hair differently. He was very out there, okay? He wasn't in the mainstream. He was out there. And he knew, you could tell, this is what made him stand out in the first place. So, who he was when he was younger, he sought after it. And who he became, what he became, gave him success. Is it a perfect road? No, of course not. It's conformity and nonconformity, conformity, nonconformity. I'm going to sum this up right now for you, okay? I want you to listen to this. Who you are as a child and who you become, I'm going to repeat this again, who you become, is that who you are? Who you're becoming now? Is that who you are, who you were as a child with your dreams and aspirations? Or are you people-pleasing? Are you becoming what others expect of you to become? Because if that's the case, your dream is dying, it's shrinking, it's shriveling up, it's atrophying, and you won't become that. Life is so short. It's long, but it's also very short. And then success. Picture this. I don't know what you're thinking, but this is what I'm thinking, okay? All right. Picture this. I became a banker, and I told you that earlier, right? I became a banker. What if I did not become an actor, an acting coach? What if I did not become an artist? What if I did not do that? What if I followed through for the rest of my days because other people were expecting it of me, and I became a bank representative? I became a bank president, and I had success, and I had a lot of money, and I had the right suits and the right persona and the right presentation of myself and everything else. But deep down inside, you know what I would say? I remember that little boy. He wanted to become something. He was so creative. What happened to him? What happened? Oh well, I became something, not what I wanted to become. I guess I took the wrong approach, but you know what? Life is okay. It's okay. Do you want your life to be just okay? Do you want to settle? Do you want your life to be just okay for the sake of other people that, by the way, after they've helped you to conform to life the way they believe it should be, they go on their merry way? I'm not saying they're evil. I'm saying they go on their merry way. And then you are stuck in this mold. Today, I want you to think about everything that I've said. Think about the three approaches. Who you are, what you have become or are becoming, because you can still change, you can still remold yourself, reinvent yourself. I help students do that, actors do that, to reinvent themselves, to take themselves, what they have, and to put themselves on the potter's wheel, as it were, and to remold themselves, okay? I can do that. I can help. I've done this for a very long time, and if you need help, I can help you. And then you can achieve your own way of success. If it's a big mansion, that's great. If it's a lot of money, that's great. If it is a small beach house on La Jolla, California, that's fine too. You don't need to conform. You need to approach your life. Make today your new birth. Okay? You can't go back in your mother's womb, okay? But you can be reborn again. Okay? You can reinvent yourself. You can do this. You actually can. Will it be tough? I wouldn't say it's tough. I say it's challenging. I can help you with it. Depends on what you want. I'm a coach. I'm not a dictator. Okay? I can help you. I can show you creative ways to change your life and change your acting career and transition to something that's more fulfilling. Visit me, 𝐷avidThompsonCoaching.𝐶O, 𝐷avidThompsonCoaching.𝐶o. Sign up for my 45-minute free consultation, and we'll get together, okay? We'll see what works and what doesn't. We'll shift things around, and according to my other students, I make it fun. Acting is fun. The business of it is a challenge, okay? But I can help you there too. I know a lot of people in the U.S. and outside the U.S. So, subscribe to this channel and like this video, and please share it. I appreciate that very much, okay? If you want to hit the little thanks dollar heart thing down there, okay, in where it says the title, okay, I appreciate that too. When you click it, you'll understand. What money that you offer, I will donate. I'll use it towards more camera equipment and better lighting and things like that for my YouTube channel. It's my business. But I really want you to grasp onto this. If you have questions, please, I love questions. What did you mean by that, David? What did you said this and that. I fully don't understand. Leave a comment below. Leave a comment below or contact me. I love what I do. All right, I'm going to let you go. Is that enough? Life is a gift, and approach it carefully. I'll talk to you in the next video.